Did you know that jellyfish are not actually fish? Well, despite their name, they're not even closely related to fish. Jellyfish are in fact cnidarians. If you didn't know, are animals with stinging cells. These animals include things like corals and anemones. So, how do we know that jellyfish aren't fish? Well, let's compare them to something that is a fish. My goldfish, for example. My goldfish has a backbone. It's also a vertebrate, which means it has a backbone. Jellyfish, on the other hand, don't have any of these things. In fact, they don't even have bones. Jellyfish are invertebrates, which means that they don't have a backbone or any bones. Jellyfish also don't have things like gills or fins or scales. So, how do they breathe? Well, unlike fish, jellyfish don't breathe through their skin. Instead, they have special structures called nematocysts are basically like little holes that are used for both breathing and eating. Some scientists think that these structures may have actually evolved from stinging cells that were co-opted for breathing and feeding. That would be kind of like if one of your fingers stopped being a finger and became a nostril. Jellyfish also don't have mouths, so they don't eat by using their mouths like we do. Instead, when a jellyfish eats, it basically takes in food particles directly through those nematocys structures. Now, some jellyfish do have mouths, but they don't use them to eat. Their mouth is more like a hole that they can use to push water out of so that they can move around. Jellyfish also come in a huge variety of shapes and sizes. There are cube jellyfish, there are spherical jellyfish, that are even shaped like saucers. And there are tons of different colors. If you were to look at all the different types of jellyfish out there, they come in pretty much every color imaginable. Now, there are some animals that are called jellyfish that are actually fish. For example, the mola mola is an actual fish that's sometimes called a jellyfish. It's found in the deep waters off the coast of South Africa. Despite its name, it's a real fish. It's actually part of a group of fish that includes things like mudskeepers and salmon. And then there are also animals called sea walnuts. Sea walnuts are also technically fish, but because they look like jellyfish, they've been given the common name sea walnut. See? This is where things get really confusing. Sea walnuts are actually part of a group of fish called tunicates. Tunicates also includes things like sea squirts, but sea walnuts are definitely fish. They have all the characteristics that we would expect a fish to have. They have backbones, they have fins, they have a mouth, they have eyes. See? Walnuts can be found throughout the world's oceans. Like most fish, they tend to live in deeper waters, but they've been known to swim up to the surface from time to time. Sometimes people will catch them in their nets, along with other fish. Most of the time, though, sea walnuts are free swimming. They can swim very fast, up to 30 miles per hour, which is about 50 kilometers per hour. Even though sea walnuts are fish, they still share some similarities with true jellyfish. For example, both sea walnuts and jellyfish are both gelatinous. This means that their bodies are made mostly of water. In fact, the main difference between the two is that sea walnuts have a skeleton underneath their gelatinous flesh, whereas jellyfish don't. So the next time someone tells you that jellyfish are fish, you can tell them that it's not quite true. Jellyfish are not fish. They're actually, but hey, maybe that person was just trying to impress you with their knowledge about jellyfish. After all, they probably learned it from a reliable source, right? Right!